Okay, now my next guest is somebody. First, what I would like to do is to read out a couple of credentials of this person, and then I would like to call this person on stage. So he is the founder, editor of Enchanting Voices Literary Review. He has published 9 books of poetry featured in the University of Wisconsin, University of Stockholm, Newcastle, California Poetry Quarterly. International Best Poet winner for the year 2012 from World's Poets Quarterly. National record holder to be the first Indian to invent a new type of sonnet. Featured in India Today as amongst the famous life of Indian youth, and it's just a couple of accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on stage Mr. Sonnet Mandal, and I would really appreciate if we can just read out a poem of his. And if he intends to, he can give us a brief overview of his work.
Namaskar and good afternoon to everybody. Enough of debates. Now let's move into poetry. Pure poetry. Let's create some antibodies against the dilemmas going in our mind for these debates, and why not go into some love poetry. I won't term it as love poetry, in fact. I wish to term it as life poetry. Love will be an element of it. The nostalgia, of course, and the universal principle of separation. So here it goes. First phase, winter. This is winter, so winter love. Unusual shiver in winter days. She was a creeping winter, coiling and settling into the wardrobe of my line collections of cassettes and clothes. Of course, scattered in a bachelor's room. Suits arranged by brands, fragranced by sensuous nights, brought by you molded into a gentleman. Below, uncombed hairs and unwashed hands. I was into lessons to be clean while I was feeding her my love. From a scrappy life, beside a pond, abound with weeping cranes, she was the only fish in front of my hungry beaks. Short-lived and destructive, as most pleasures are, I am wedged back into an untidy shiver. So why I am wedged back into an untidy shiver? Second phase comes, uttering I love you. Tough job for shy guys. Those lines were easy to conceive, a pleasure to hear. But the letters jumbled up into a cave whenever I had a chance to utter them. The chances were like jumping fishes in a polar river current, and I was like an immature baby bear failing its time. Third phase, being alone. I couldn't utter I love you, so I had to. Being alone at midnight. And what was the thin squeal about? I remember it beside my afternoon nap. Perhaps the same reverbs in my brain. And it designs earthly objects moving an earthly steps. Calendar rubbing against cracked plasters and steadily snowing table fan offers a bizarre vision. Just a result of those vampire films on the Indian box. This mental bareness is lending the night an option, and those filmmakers a success. Let me have a try with these earphones now. At least rock music wouldn't squeal in an alien way. So now I go to the fifth phase. Sentiments, sounds of sentiments. Bits of light floating in darkness points out an endeavor of life, trying to shine through the artificial waterfall, shedding sacred tears behind an idol. Sentiments and shocks, beats like a drum sound resonating on background. Next phase. Now nostalgia, the smell of the past. Cancerous smoke cradling in the lap of fluids leaves a legacy in crippled skins. Hunter boots lying in the corner. Socks scattered in broken webs of spiders. Regret trying to dig through the heap of 3 scores. Ends up with soil and mud. Somewhere in the mixture, a smell of the incurable past. Now we all smile. We smile at memories, we smile at happenings. But smile isn't a mere contribution of the memories or the things we have done in the past or the things we are doing now. Smile results from the minute things we are surrounded by at the moment we are smiling. So it's a loan actually we take from the minute elements. So here it goes, the smile loan. A gold washed reflection leaves me golden. And from her smile, I was looking good. An impatient pair of feet continues jogging with a long-lasting smile loaned from hers. I loaned the smile from the girl smiling at me while I was jogging in the morning. Smile loan. New fruits on the mango tree of our garden as I reached. Now, winter is over, spring is going on. I am craving for new fruits on the mango tree of our garden. A strong smell of cookies and faded wind, quite familiar as the daily bath, interrogates my cheeks, filled with smiles, for they are accustomed with the tired wind, gasping for a mango-flavored breath. I stood as a foreigner, checked for passport by the boundary wall of my house. The gardener, the maid servant, my parents are all potential banks for a smile. So the next phase is my change phase. Now this goes into some personal experience. While I used to study in class 7 or 6, I used to go to my rooftop and look at the train running far away. I couldn't visualize it in a proper way due to the forests and trees there. So here the poem goes based on it, my change phase. It is also a nostalgic poem. The far-flung whistle of the colliery. There are a lot of collieries there in the Asansol-Durgapur belt where I was born in. The far-flung whistle of the colliery and of the Calcutta mail calls me every day after dinner. The trains shrilly go and the rhythmic melody of wheels form a sublime image of the girl out of my dreams, waving and smiling, screaming and crying, standing and waiting, just for me amidst grasses, trees and hedges that wait in solitude and hope. The curvature of the lopsided land plays hide and seek along with the clouds and moon blurring reality. My belief is incurable. And so is the facade of pleasure. And that I shoot while I follow compellingly the whistle of the colliery. My faith lies in the train, in the wilderness, and the vaporous figure of my love. While my whims are changed with the famine and society that may identify me as a man. Once I leave my job and run through the hazy backwoods. Now the last phase is, many people I have heard, and all must have heard, some say death to be the ultimate truth. Some rest their belief on afterlife. Some try to immortalize themselves by their creations, but the only naked truth we see in front of our eyes is separation. So the principle of separation, face and laughter, so familiar as my nostalgic days, looks piercing into the ocean of facets to bring out the mother tear of all sorrows. Take me as a prisoner, leave me for a second, call me a kid, push me into the whirlwind of mistakes. Just a question before I leave. Did we meet today to plan another day or to move on? All reactions will be pointing at the universal principle of separation. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mandal. I would actually like all of us to take a break for refreshments, and we'll join sometime. So can we step outside and have something? Welcome back, everybody. Can we all get our seats? Okay, now the next thing is a visual, and I would not like to discuss anything about it. I would rather have someone else discuss about it. But before that, I would actually like to play this visual so that we can check exactly what is it, and then we'll have somebody to speak about it.
तुम ही कहो ये कोई बात है।